A portion of today's video is sponsored by ESR Gear with their product showcase of their clear case and metal kickstand case for the Galaxy S21. More details later on in the video, and thank you to ESR Gear for sponsoring a portion of today's video. What a surprise the S21 has been so far, because if you watch my previous hands-off discussion comparison video versus the S20 FE, I did throw out the question that the S21 might give us a great insight into the later upcoming S21 FE as presumed. And actually, if we need an FE, especially based on the cutbacks and the lower price, based on my first impressions, I might just have the initial answer. This is it. My first impressions of the Galaxy S21. Let's go. Hi, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this and you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. Now, firstly, I have to give a big shout out and a thank you to Vodafone UK for sending the S21 out for testing and review. There will be links in the description below for all the latest deals that you'll find on Vodafone UK for the Galaxy S21. Their support has been phenomenal. I really appreciate it. Go check Vodafone UK out for the Galaxy S21. Let's start with the first major change that caused a lot of potential concern, including myself, which is the build and the design. Now, Samsung, they opted to move away from using glass for the rear design in favor of plastic, or look, as they like to call it, glastic. I'm using the Phantom pink color, and if you've not watched my unboxing video to really see my unfiltered reaction to the S21 in this Phantom pink color, then I highly suggest that you do, because man, my initial concern that I had with them doing this has kind of pretty much gone. Coming from the glassic that was used on phones like the S20 FE, which I used thoroughly, I feel the build on the S21 is way above better and really surprised me how well put together it is. On top of that, just to add to it, the unique continuous way the metal frame of the phone blends into the camera frame really adds a level of tight and tolerance I've not felt on a Galaxy device in a while. I'm even eager, I don't even want to jump the gun and say this because it's first impressions, right? I'm even eager and close to saying this might be my favorite design from Samsung since probably the S7 Edge, to the point where it just feels like an absolute crime to put a case on it, man. Like, to put a case on it, something you don't really want to do because it just feels so nice. But like I always say, be smart, protect your investment, and get a case for it. And you know what? This then actually leads into the sponsor of a portion of this video, ESR Gear, with their product showcase of their clear case and their metal kickstand case for the Galaxy S21. Now, both these cases are great value and a good way to protect your S21 while still preserving the design. Now, the clear case allows a slim and light profile with a crystal clear polymer design, good shock resistance against drops and bumps. The raised edges protect the phone screen as well as the camera against scratches and drops, very important. And a nice touch is that built-in micro dots which prevent the case from clinging onto your phone and getting that grimy feeling. Really nice touch. But my favorite has got to be the metal kickstand case, and I've got this in the translucent black color, and let me tell you, this case has been coming in clutch. You've got an even stronger flexible polymer material for even better impact protection, no doubt, which is something that's really good to protect your phone. The raised edges to protect your screen and camera against drops and scratches. But the highlight and the best part has got to be that unique kickstand that can freely adjust up to 60 degrees for great horizontal as well as vertical sitting. The stress of having to hold your phone when watching videos and especially doing video calls is near enough gone. The kickstand is both smooth, sturdy, and locks into place without feeling loose. Links in the description below where you can get these cases, and thank you to ESR for sponsoring a portion of this video. Now for the display, and I know there was a shock to the system to find out that it would be the first time since the Galaxy S5 that Samsung would be using a full high definition plus display with no QHD plus option at all, even in running at 60 Hz like what they did last year. But you know what? At 6.2 inches, I was pretty confident that this would not be an issue. And look, so far using it, It just hasn't. The variable 120Hz display is nice and smooth. Brightness is very much on point. The center single hole punch at the top for the selfie is nice and small and out of the way. Being a dynamic AMOLED display shows Samsung's signature dish, which is a great display experience. On top of that, the haptic feedback from the vibration motor when typing and everything overall of it is really good. The typing experience is on point, and also on top of that, it's a flat display with thin borders, which makes all the difference. So far, this tells me that the display experience is excellent for this display size for the S21. Now, for years, the performance on Samsung flagships have been a point of contention with the Exynos model, with the Snapdragon split variant between different parts of the world and where you are and which variant you're gonna be dished out. But look, I'm gonna put this out there because I know people are gonna ask me in the comment section. I'm based in the UK, so I'm rocking the Exynos 2100 model on their new 5nm process, which promises to fix the performance and the efficiency issues from before. For me, the Exynos models in their own bubble, in their own space, have not been a performance problem for me personally as much, right? Look, I'm not much of a mobile gamer as such here, but it's still the case for the Exynos 2100, which seems to be performance with no issues so far. What I've got in terms of the variant is 128GB for the base storage with 8GB of RAM, and you can still get the 256GB model with the same 8GB of RAM. Now, there is no micro SD card slot from before as this time round. Has it bothered me? No. But it is something to consider if it's important to you, as it does feel left field from Samsung to remove such a feature that has been a staple of their flagships, especially when their mid-ranges are still getting it. So far, I've not had any issues with the overall performance for day-to-day use, but it's not really much the performance. Like I've said before, that was a concern, but it's more the efficiency when it comes to the battery drain. Now with that, this then leads me into the battery. Standard affairs like before, 4000 mAh battery cell, 25W charging, 15W wireless charging, as well as wireless power share. One thing I will say this, I really wish Samsung increased the charging speeds over 25 watts for faster charging speeds, but I will do an official charging test on the channel to find out if the smaller battery does allow below 1 hour charging. Just beware that there is no included charger in the box this time around, and I've stated, and I've also made a video on how I dislike phones in this range not coming with essential things like chargers, especially when newer mid-range phones from the same company, A52, are coming with it. But the real answer to the question we want to know is the battery drain. Performance, is it good? The short answer so far, yes. Look, I still want to give it more time until my full review, but so far it seems to be doing very well when it comes to the battery performance, where at times I don't even need to charge it overnight and it takes me to the next day. What this really tells me is that it shows they've really worked on the standby time when it comes to optimizing the display with the chipset, with the software. Now, speaking of the software, we are working with Android 11 with One UI 3.1. And as of lately, when it comes to timely monthly security updates, Samsung have been really on point with it. And at times, Samsung's layer on top of Android doesn't always get the praise for smoothness and speed, but away from being really feature rich and also well optimized for bigger displays all the way down to more compact ones like you find in the 6.2-inch size of the S21, I can definitely say it's matured well and it's moved along really nicely. The experience has been good, no issues with the software. I've been pretty much enjoying it, pretty much liking it, but more feedback on it as we go. Camera. Now, when it comes to it, the S21 is working with a large 12 megapixel main sensor, f1.8 aperture, dual pixel autofocus with OIS, a 12 megapixel ultra wide with an f2.2 aperture with 120-degree field of view, and a 64 megapixel sensor, which is used for telezoom at f2.8. And that's the camera sensor that actually records the 8K 24 frames a second recording. The selfie is 10 megapixels with an f2.2 aperture. Now, full testing is needed for me for sure. And definitely I'm going to be running an ultimate camera comparison. So stay tuned for that, watch out for it, and that's coming. But with the little testing I've done, especially with the selfie camera, boy, looks like a nice improvement for sure. Definitely check the samples out that have been posted, man. But yeah, the selfie is looking all right. Whew. Come back in. So far, with the massive price drop in the UK down to the base of £769 for the S21, which is £69 off the original MSRP of the S20 FE. Heck, direct from Amazon even, new. You're getting these as low as 700. So far it's looking like potentially the cutbacks are making a bit more sense relative to the price of it, right? But like I said, the final answer to it, do we need, based on the question I said, do we still need an FE? Potentially we still do need an S21 FE, but from what I've experienced and used of it, it's kind of making a case of potentially not necessarily needing it. That is it for me. Let me know what your thoughts are on the S21. Did you pick up this one? What's your thoughts on it? So far, it surprised me, man, and I'm enjoying it a lot more than I expected. Full review coming and full testing. Definitely stay tuned for that. And that is it for me, man. Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.